First opened in 2006. We're at beautiful Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the Washington Nationals and the St. Louis Cardinals. Alongside Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, and Danny, as pitching matchups go, it doesn't get much better than what we've got here for this one.
Well, Matt, these are two of the best in the business. Two guys that throw a lot of strikes, and if their game is on, we should have a very low-scoring ball game with these two elite starting pitchers.
Cardinals baseball is straight ahead. Next on the show, Seth Hargrove gets the assignment for the rubber match in this series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
This guy's one of the most dominant pitchers in the game, and how dominant? Picked up a double-digit strikeout total in his last start, and hopefully he'll bring that A game with him in the ballpark for this one.
Now at the plate, here is Josh Harrison. He will lead this one off today.
Washington, the second baseman, Josh Harrison.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And we're underway as the first pitch is a check swing, but a called strike, 0-1. Dan, D-Row, we take a look at this Cardinals ball club as they enter play this afternoon. Despite the loss last time out, they'd won 4 in a row, so they've been on a nice little roll here.
Yeah, Matty B. Hey, D-Row, we're looking at a team that's playing some pretty good baseball right now. Through the first 5 games of this homestand, 4-1, and looking for some bigger and better things.
Yeah, we had a chance to sit down before the game after BP with the manager. He was really pleased with the way his team has played in these last 5. Let's see if it continues today.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Shaping up to be a pretty nice day for baseball. 69 degrees here at first pitch. Here comes the 1-2. It's the top of the zone. He struck him out looking.
I like how he worked him backwards for that strikeout there. He wasn't showing the fastball early in the at-bat, but then went back-to-back once he had the hitter down in the count.
Carter Kieboom digs in now. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. Day off for him yesterday, but back out there for this one. The windup and the 0-1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92, you can usually see seams. 92 to 95, it starts to really quicken up on you. Over 3 digits, you're seeing a white blur.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Here comes the 1-2. And it's fouled away.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
Pitch on the way.
Ball. 2-2 count.
Just getting started here in St. Louis. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
The main job of the number 1 and 2 hitters is to set the middle of the order up with an opportunity to do some damage. So when you strike both of them out, you're putting yourself in a pretty good position to make it through the teeth of the lineup without a whole lot of stress.
So now to the plate, Vladimir Guerrero. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. Looking to at least put the ball in play here this inning. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Grounded back up the middle. Smith on the move. He's got it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So a fairly painless top of the first. Now the Cardinals will see what they can do. No score. Steven Strasburg, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, we're getting a look at a real competitive pitcher here. Career ERA in the low threes, and that's not an easy thing to do in the day and age of small ballparks and guys swinging for the fences. Rock solid pitcher, does a lot of things well, and it'll be fun to watch him work in this one here today.
And now here is Ozzie Smith. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And the pitch. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. Fellas, the Nationals, as they take the field here today, they did get the win last time out, but it hasn't been the best week for them as they've won just twice in their last 6 tries.
Hey, thanks, Matty. Hey, you know what, D-Roll? Try to get on a kind of a little mini winning streak here. Losing the first game of this series, winning game 2, and hopefully winning this series by pulling one out here today.
Yeah, Dan, they were able to shower that first loss off in the first game of this series and had a nice bounce-back game yesterday. Let's see if they can steal a series right here.
2-0 count, the pitch. Hard liner, but picked up on a hop. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the leadoff man is gone here to start the home first. Now a moment here in St. Louis to look at the Cardinals starting lineup. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, I'm looking for a big performance from Nolan Arenado. You can bet the opposition spent a decent amount of time crafting a game plan to stop this guy, because as he goes, so goes the team. You stop him, you've got a chance to win. You don't, you're probably going to lose.
Into the box now, Lou Brock. As he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Comes set with the 0-1. Pitch is popped up. Castro trying to get there, and this will not be caught. It's a foul ball.
Put that in a memory bank. First time he breaks out a curveball right there, and it's a pretty good one.
2-strike pitch from Strasburg.
Nope. Ball one.
Low and away with that one. It's 1-2.
I got to count 1 and 2.
Man, that's a good take there on that 0-2 fastball just missed. He must have a really good eye at the plate.
Here comes the 1-2. A swing and a ground ball to third. And that'll just sneak past his outstretched arm, a base hit.
I don't know what side of the fence I fall on, boys. Old school, new school. I think I kind of stand right along that fence. But one thing that gets me jacked up is watching guys grind down in the count and drive base hits the other way.
Standing in now, Michael Lee, as he'll watch a first pitch curveball drop in there for strike one. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Runners on the move for second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And not in time as he just gets in ahead of the throw. Well, when a stolen base is that close, it's interesting to check it out on show track. And as the numbers come in, you'll want to focus on the top speed. Really good, and it paid off there. Fastball called strike. 1-2.
A good fastball above the belt is normally a pitch that batters love to take a rip at, but that one froze it.
The 1-2. Misses, ball two.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball.
You would think in this situation, maybe with a base open, he'd just pitch around him and put him on first. But not with the guy in the on-deck circle. He's going to attack this hitter.
And that misses, ball four. So with one out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
And with first base open, the last thing he wanted to do was give him something to hit in the heart of the zone. So no harm done. Force out anywhere now.
Ready now is Mark McGuire. He was 1 for 4 with a triple in the ball game last night. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
A ball and a strike to the Cardinals' first baseman. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Working the plate, Rusty Valentine.
Hey, you know, D-Row, Rusty Valentine, he's known for having a high and a low strike zone, but he's pretty good east and west. You better keep it on the corners.
Yeah, I'm okay with Rusty's zone, without question. You know he's going to elevate. It's north-south, so you're aware of it. As a veteran player, you can live with that.
Here comes the 1-2. Popped him up. Making the play here is Harrison, and there are 2 away now.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Stepping in now, Yadier Molina, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. And this one's in the dirt. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. In the dirt here. Good work there to prevent any advance. It's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now 2-2, 2 on, 2 out. This is when you have to make a pitch right here. The last thing you want to do is run the count full to 3-2. Then the runners are going to be off to the races.
Even at 2-2. The pitch.
We got full count.
And there's a fastball well off the plate inside.
Wow, this is a pretty good at-bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2. And he's seen a lot of pitches, too.
He's set the payoff pitch. And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
Some guys take a little time to find the zone, but with the second walk of the first inning, it might be a little more than just settling in here. Not sure how long of a leash they'll give him, but they're not going to let him walk the world out there.
So the bases are loaded here. 2 men gone. And into bat next will be Tyler O'Neill. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
Brock at third, Lee at second, Molina at first. 2 out in the inning. And a curveball's in there, so he's quickly behind 0-2.
These are the moments right here. You got a good pitcher on the mound. You don't know if these opportunities are going to present themselves throughout the course of the game. You have to capitalize in this situation.
And he comes back to get him. So a great job pitching out of it with the bases loaded. Couple of walks in the inning, but nothing on the scoreboard. More ahead from St. Louis right after this. New inning set to get underway, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Juan Soto.
The left fielder, number 22, Juan Soto.
First pitch on the way. And a fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
First 2 pitches off the mark here. It's 2-0. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Josh Bell waits on deck. The 3-0. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
What I love right there is just the freedom in that hack. He ain't trying to do anything but hit the baseball as far as he can.
Hit hard but foul. Now the 3-2 pitch. And that misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
Stepping up is Josh Bell. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. From the stretch, here's the pitch. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
That was a pretty good fastball after he walked the hitter previous. There was a little angry on that heater.
A runner at first with no outs here. Count even at 1-1 to the Nationals' first baseman. Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
Fouled off. Rounded down the third baseline, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Next to stand in is Kyle Schwarber. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and one gone. From the belt, kicks and deals. And he takes ball 1. A 1-0 delivery.
Ball 2.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
The 2-0. 3-0 now.
He's really going to need to keep the walks down in this start. He's in danger of walking the second guy in 2 innings here.
That's in there. 3-1. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. Swing and a miss, and they come back from a 3-0 count to sit him down on strikes, and there are 2 gone. Digging in next, Starlin Castro. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. He's set. Here it comes. No score here as we play inning number 2. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Oh, looked like he was towing an anchor there. 1-2. And this one's in the dirt, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. The 2-2 gets him looking up around the letters. One left for Washington. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Into the box, Nolan Arenado. He's hoping to break out of the slump he's been stuck in.
Third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Here's the first pitch to him. And not the greatest of starts to the at-bat as he reaches for one out of the zone for strike one. Swung on and missed. That strike two.
You could tell by the hitter's balance after that swing that he's seeing the ball really good. His timing is right there, and I expect him to catch something clean.
And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now. Two balls, two strikes to Nolan Arenado. Here now the 2-2. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. Right fielder is on the run, and he makes the catch in the corner.
Batting eighth, the second base.
So here's how the Washington Nationals are positioned defensively. And if you look at the numbers on this team, defensively, they're in the top 5 fewest errors in the league. Flashing the leather, picking and grinning. Keep an eye on them. They play stout defense.
That brings in Tommy Edmund as he'll take a look at ball one. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. The 1-0 home. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Edmund, a 25-year-old, he was taken in the 6th round back in the 2016 first-year player draft.
Hey, this middle round selection is still developing, but he's doing it at the big league level, and he has a lot of time to get his tool set ironed out.
Called strike two.
I know he stole a strike right there, but he better be careful with that curveball. That's coming across and catching a lot of plate. And if he stays back, he's going to drive that thing with some serious authority.
High in the air down the right field line. And Vlad won't get there. This is a foul ball. Bottom of the second here with no score. And he fouls this one off. Now a swinging bunt. The 2-2 one more time. Is swung on and missed, strike three.
That was a good job there of using the batter's aggressiveness against him. He was putting up a good fight and fouling a lot of balls off. So as a pitcher, it's a great idea to expand the zone even more and make the hitter really chase after something that's even hard to foul off.
Into the box, Seth Hargrove, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball one. The 1-0.
Nope, inside, ball 2.
Can't fall behind against the pitcher. Need to minimize pitch count against the easy outs, and this is certainly one of them.
Two-0 count, the pitch. Now a check swing, appeal to first, and the umpire Jerry Hillsdale says he went around for strike 1. The 2-1 is looked at for ball 3.
He's certainly pushing the throttle and pulling it with those 4 pitches. Statistics class tells me I'm sitting fast.
The 3-1. Now a swing as he foul tips it here, and right off his arm behind the plate. That hurts. Now the 3-2 pitch. And he misses here, ball 4. And somehow he manages to walk his opposite number. Wow.
Man, you hate to give up a 2-out walk to anybody, but especially to a speed demon like him. Good chance he's running here, and good luck trying to stop him.
So the batting order turns over now, and set to go Ozzie Smith. Second at bat now. He grounded out to start the home first. From the stretch. And she'll take a changeup here for strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here. Hargrove leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. This is on the ground over to first. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. So no runs here, no base hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 2 full, and we are tied 0-0. Top of the 3rd set to get underway, and now it'll be the catcher, Alex Avila.
Alex Avila.
First pitch on its way.
0-1.
The offense better get it going right here, because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. Swing and a miss as he picks up yet another strikeout. 6 of them already, and there's 1 gone in the inning.
Boy, he's really on a roll on the hill right now. As we roll through it again, remember, he struck out the side in the last inning, and now he picks up right where he left off by striking off the leadoff man here. Let's see if he can keep this going for a little bit.
Plate, Steven Strasburg. He'll wait out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike 1. Nationals have yet to crack the hit column thus far. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 2 to the Nationals pitcher.
Wow, he's cruising right now out there. 4 straight punch outs and working on number 5.
fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Hey, they tried to tie him up on that last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't work, but I like the idea behind it.
Here now the 2-2 is looked at, and the count moves full.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Boy, and they cannot touch him right now. 5 straight strikeouts on the ledger, and there are 2 away.
Boy, this guy has really good stuff so far on this one. How about 7 Ks, and we're just in the middle innings of this one. If he continues this up, this could be a real solid performance.
Josh Harrison stands in. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Trying to avoid becoming the 3rd strikeout victim of the inning here. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. This one's outside. Quite a bit off the plate that time. 3rd inning, no score to this point. And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
Good job to lay off that 1-2 breaking ball. Put himself right back in his at-bat.
Goodness, how about this? He struck out the side in back-to-back innings, 6 in a row, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. Home half of the 3rd coming up, no score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and at the plate will be the speedy outfielder, Lou Brock.
Lou Brock.
Here's the first pitch to him. Now he'll try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Off the plate and in. Hits a ball and a strike.
That's not an easy pitch to do anything with, right? 96 miles an hour in on the hands. You almost have to be looking for that pitch to be able to do anything with that.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Shot towards second, but an atom ball right to him for the first out.
Now batting, the right fielder, Michael Lee.
Now to the plate, here is Michael Lee. In 8 at-bats in the series, he's collected 3 hits. First pitch on the way. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. And this is just off the outside corner, ball 2.
And how about the uncommon patience for the rookie in a big spot right here? These have been some tough pitches to lay off.
Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however, at 2-1.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Ball, that's outside.
And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
They know the threat this guy poses at the plate. I know it's a 3-1 in this situation right here, but I cannot believe for the life of me this pitcher's going to come anywhere near the middle of the zone.
Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. And he looks at ball 4 now, so he's aboard, and you always have to worry about the threat of the steal when he's on base.
Well, in a scoreless game, you want to do anything you can to jumpstart your offense. With the speed of this guy on first, don't be surprised if he gets the green light here.
Stepping in once again is Mark McGuire. Flew out last time up.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
1-1.
Good speed at first and good speed with a guy at the dish. It's going to be tough to double up these guys. If you're an infielder, got to get rid of it quick.
Lee leads off first with one away. Here's a called strike on the curveball. 1-2.
Hey, that's a quality take right there. He knows the pitcher's trying to get him to hit a ground ball and roll two.
Oh, it's hit to third. 5, 4,
He's out.
3. It's a double play and the inning is over. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. We'll head to the fourth, still scoreless. All set for the start of the fourth. And in steps Carter Kieboom to give it a try.
I know we're not seeing a lot of offense in this one, but there's still some game left. I'm looking to see these guys, both offenses, make some notable adjustments at the dish and try and scratch a few runs across.
And this is on the outside corner for strike one.
Whew, that was some gas. Triple digits on the radar gun.
Here it comes.
Let's see if he tries to climb the ladder right here, change his eye level, or bounce something in the dirt.
And he's going to start this inning out the same way he started the previous two. 7 consecutive strikeouts. My word. One away. So after getting the strikeout on the fastball, not a bad time to check out our pitch speed comparison for our two starters. And folks, that is not a misprint. He's been clocked at over 100 miles an hour so far. My goodness. So one away in the inning, but danger lurks in the person of Vlad Guerrero. First pitch coming. Here it is. Strike taken up in the zone.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
Back up the middle. And there's the first hit of the game for the Nats.
There's a lot of moving parts in some guys' swings. It usually takes them a month or so to get it ironed out.
Juan Soto.
Here's a look over to first. Throw is up the line as it gets away. And now, in fact, they'll tag him out at second base, trying to advance on the bad throw. What a break there. Here now is Juan Soto, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball one. Worked a walk in his first plate appearance. Well outside with the curveball for a ball.
That hook stayed up in the zone. You can see he struggled with that curveball early. He's trying to find that release point with his off-speed pitches. Love to see if he can find the feel for that thing moving forward.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. And that catches the outside corner. It's 2-1. And now a pitch on the way. 2-1 pitch is a fastball off the plate away, and it's 3-1 now.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
We got a full
and it's
count.
up to a 3-2 full count now.
Woo-wee.
That was some smoke right there. High fire right on by.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ballgame, and the inning is over. Nothing doing for Washington. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. Now at the plate, Yadier Molina will start things out against Steven Strasburg as we get the inning underway.
Yadier Molina.
Set and the pitch. Swing and hit a pop to the right side of the infield. Bell is under this one, and very quickly one gone.
Every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? One pitch, one out, a pop-up to start the inning.
Next up, Tyler O'Neill. First pitch of the AB now.
Ball one.
Little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. The 1-1 home. Hammered the other way to deep right field. Guerrero is back to the warning track, and he's able to put it away for the second out.
Now batting, the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Next, it'll be Nolan Arenado. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And no swing, apparently. Ball one.
Wow, that pitch wasn't even close, and he almost chased it. If I'm the pitcher, I'm going to expand the zone even more on the next one.
And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now. There's a good breaking ball as it gets the bottom of the zone.
Nasty 2-0 slider right there for a strike. No shame in tipping your hat.
Now the 2-1 pitch is a fastball down below the knees.
We all know this guy is a great hitter. In a 3-1 count, this is just what he's looking for. He loves to hit when the count's in his favor like this.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Right at the third baseman, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. Through 4, still tied, 0-0. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Nationals manager Dave Martinez between innings, specifically about his club's offense to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. Despite the fact that they've yet to push a run across, the game is still tied, and the pitch count for their opposition is really getting up there. They think that making him work as hard as he has is going to pay off later in the game, and that they just need to stick to the process.
All right, thanks, Heidi.
Lead off for the Nationals.
All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And digging into bat next, the big bat of Josh Bell. First offering.
Ball, that's inside.
Now the 1-0. Fouled away. Now the 1-1 pitch. Waves and misses for strike number 2.
The problem for the batter now is he's gotten so inside conscious after those first 2 pitches, anything on the outer half of the plate's going to look a foot outside.
Popped him up. Molina shading to his right. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
The center fielder, number 12, Kyle Schwarber.
So next to bat will be Kyle Schwarber. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You can tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
No balls and a strike to count. One and one to Schwarber. 1-1 pitch is a sinker taken for a strike. 1 and 2.
There's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if they have to incorporate that into their mindset.
Just 1 hit apiece for both of these clubs. Hard sinker misses. 2 and 2. Just hung in there on that one. Outside in a full count. 3 and 2. There's Starlin Castro. He'll follow next. And it's fouled away. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors so far for the Nationals. And he finally wins the battle as this is swung on and missed for the second out.
This pitching staff has done a really good job against this guy in this series. This is a really good hitter, and it's not easy to make a guy strike out 5 times in a series up to this point, but that's what they've done to this guy so far.
So here's Starlin Castro. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The windup and the 0-1. Now a swing and a miss at a slider for a strike.
Man, this guy's really pitched well so far, attacking the strike zone, and he's really kept these hitters off balance.
Might have been looking to find that outside corner, but he couldn't quite get it there. It's 1 and 2.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. The next 1-2 pitch. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. Here he comes again. 1-2.
2 balls.
I don't blame the pitcher one bit for trying to get the chase right there. He's been fouling everything off. He's still got the entire arsenal open to him. So we'll see what pitch he comes with next.
And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now. 3 and 2.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Sinker misses. Ball 4.
Well, they've been unable to get to this guy, so they'll take base runners any way they can get him. At the very least, you make him work from the stretch and add to his pitch total.
Runner at first with 2 gone in the inning. And the next to bat will be the left-handed hitting catcher, Alex Avila. Pitch on its way to Avila, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike.
He'll take that first pitch strike all day long. If they're going to take 0-0, he's going to pound that zone and get ahead. Much more susceptible down 0-1 than 1-0.
From the stretch.
I got count 1 and 2.
Basic pitching right there. 0-2 fastball up and out of the zone. Change the eye level. Now time to go to that curveball down and away.
An even 2-2 count to the Nationals catcher. Castro is off at first with 2 away. Fouled off. Got another one here. 12 punch-outs now in the ballgame, and that'll end the inning. Nationals leave one. Halfway home, still no score. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cardinals to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He cited the 4 walks they've earned already as evidence that his guys are waiting for the right pitch and that they're willing to let the opposition work themselves into trouble. So far, that's paying off.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Bottom of the inning now, and set to go is the second baseman, Tommy Edmund.
The second baseman, Tommy Edmund.
First pitch on the way. Oh, and 1, here it comes. Curveball, swing and a miss, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
This is one of the things that makes him so effective as a pitcher, able to pound the zone with all different options.
Hit on the ground toward the left, and a base hit, so early trouble to lead off the inning.
We take a look at the numbers up to this point. You see he's only given up 2 hits so far today, so he's been hitting his spots all game long. Remains to be seen if he can keep that shutout intact going forward, but I'm not betting against him.
So now to the plate, Seth Hargrove. In there, now the throw. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. So they still haven't picked up an extra base hit in this one, but that stolen base at least gets him a guy in scoring position.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what the manager was thinking there, Matt. Hey, if we aren't driving the ball with any authority today, we need to make something happen in a different way. They only need a single to the outfield now to push a run across.
And there's ball 1. Swing and a line drive. Soto has him played perfectly as he puts it away for round number 1.
Well, he hit that ball pretty well, but the only problem was that he pulled off it just a bit. The location was a little on the outer half, so he would have hit it even better if he would have stayed through the middle of the field with it.
At the plate now, Ozzie Smith. Now a ball lined hard toward deep right field. And that's taken in straightaway right. Will he try from second? And he's up to third safely now with 2 gone in the inning. So a man at third here with 2 gone. And in steps the all-time Cardinal great Lou Brock. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes.
Hey, love the confidence in that pitch right there. Going right after one of the better hitters on this team. Not afraid to execute.
Pulled toward right center field. Right fielder is on the run, and he brings it down to end the inning as the go-ahead run is left stranded. Cards leave one. Sixth inning coming up. Still zip, zip. Top half of the sixth about to get started, and set to stand in as the veteran pitcher, Steven Strasburg. First delivery to him.
Nope, that's inside.
The 1-0. Grounded to short. Smith is there. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Boy, this is an absolute gift to them, especially when they've had so much trouble getting anybody on base. So now the leadoff hitter is aboard and might be looking to run. They've got to do whatever they can to get some offense going.
And that'll bring up Josh Harrison as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The 1-0 home. Timing just to tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. Set. Here comes the 1-1. Grounded softly to the right. One there. The relay back to the pitcher, covering in time to double him up.
That's good athleticism here by the pitcher getting off the mound. He gets the ball to first and then hustles his way over to the bag to help him wrap up the tough 3-6-1 double play.
Standing in now, Carter Kieboom. So take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. And he fouls this one off.
Hey, he's been on point from the start of this game. Just pounding the zone with a high 90s fastball. It almost looks like he's gotten stronger as the game's gone on.
Ball, that's
and it's 1-2. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. 2 out, nobody on. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
It's a fine line for working down in the zone on 2-2 and bouncing one in there that basically stands no chance at getting swung at. Right there, he basically spiked that one right into the dirt, and now he has to find the zone on a 3-2 pitch.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Fouled away.
That's a real nice location with that fastball up and in on the hands. Hard to do much with that because a hitter really can't extend his arms very easily.
making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. This is foul right side. He loses him on ball 4.
Man, as a pitcher, I can tell you that is so frustrating. He's got 2 outs, and he wants to get that 3rd out as quickly and painlessly as possible, but that hitter makes him work his tail off, and he still loses him.
And stepping in, Vladimir Guerrero, 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. First pitch on its way. This will take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1.
It's really hard to work deep into games when you're having an outing like this guy is. You're going to strike out a lot of guys. Well, guess what? Your pitch count's going to go up too.
The 0-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That fastball really got away from him there. That's kind of a red flag for me that he's starting to tire or wear down a little bit. The first thing that goes is location and then your mechanics. We'll see if this continues.
A swing by Vlad, and this one's driven to left. Brock has to retreat to the track, but he has it to retire the side. 1 left for Washington, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. At the plate now is Michael
Leading
Lee.
up for the Cardinals, the right fielder, Michael Lee.
Now the first pitch. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Big curveball right down the middle for strike number 2.
That's a pitch he'd like to have back. You're not going to see very many pitches like that from a pitcher of this quality. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back to take a swing at it.
Swing and a miss got him reaching. The throw to first is in time, 1 down.
The first baseman, number 25.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Mark McGuire. From the stretch, here's the pitch. In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Cardinals to this point. And there's a fastball well off the plate inside. Softly hit toward the hole. On to first, and Strasburg's in control here, 2 away.
The catcher, number 4, Yadier.
So here is Yadier Molina, who was retired after popping out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying to drive the ball in the air, but he can't collapse the backside, and that's exactly what he did in his last at-bat. Look for him to stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more over him. You know, some guys just don't like pulling the trigger in a 0-0 count. They don't like the ambush tactic. They like to calibrate the speed, maybe pick up the brake. They want to know everything your ball does before they pull the trigger.
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Center fielder giving chase. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Down in order go the Cardinals. Still no score. Juan Soto to the plate now. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And a curveball in for a strike.
Now that pitch tells me this guy's feeling frisky right now. He's on. He's got everything working.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Line drive, base hit.
The first baseman, number 19, Josh Bell.
So that'll bring up Josh Bell. He offers at it and hits it in the air to left. Brock waits on it. 1 away.
The center fielder, number 12, Kyle Schwarber.
So next to hit is Kyle Schwarber. He's set. Here it comes.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in these ADs. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced so far.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. Softly hit down to third. Likely no shot at 2. And indeed, no look at second. He'll go straight to first and take the sure out.
The third baseman, number 13, Starlin Castro.
Here's Starlin Castro. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First delivery to him. Now that's popped up. Molina waits on it. He hauls it in, and the potential go-ahead run will not come around to score. Nationals leave 1. We are still scoreless. Frustration boiling over with an opportunity missed. We're back at Busch Stadium right after this. Now to bat, Tyler O'Neill. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
The center fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
First pitch on the way.
Ball 1, no strike.
He didn't get him to offer at that pitch right there, but that big 12-6 curveball is definitely part of the reason he's having such good success in this one.
That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1.
I know that fastball registered at about 92, 93, but I guarantee you it looked about 4 to 5 miles an hour faster than that for this offensive player. After coming off a curveball, the old push the throttle and pull it is being used.
A ball and 2 strikes now. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base. And that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout. Keep that guy off the base path.
Arenado.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch.
That's a ball.
Missed low and inside with it. 1-1.
1-1.
Now the pitch. Chopped toward the second baseman. And that's the second out.
Now batting, the second baseman, Tommy Edmund.
The next to bat for St. Louis, Tommy Edmund, who was a strikeout victim his first trip and then collected a base hit his last time around. Here's the pitch. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. Next pitch will be number 100 for him now through 6 2/3.
Yeah, he's grinded this one out, and he's got a chance to get through 7 strong innings, Dan. That's got to light the bullpen up.
Yeah, and it does, Mark, because you sit out there in that bullpen, and once that starter gets through the 5th and through the 6th inning, the tension starts to calm a little bit out in that bullpen where you only have to get 6 or 7 outs, not 8 or 9 outs. So a job.
And the shortstop is under it to make the play, retiring the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. Number 88 is going to be asked to get things going here as a lead off the top of the 8th. First pitch on its way.
Ball 1. Count 1-0.
The 1-0 home. Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball. Action now in the Washington bullpen as a right-hander begins to get loose. The 2-1 home. Lifted in the air to straightaway left. Block waits on it. 1 down.
Up next,
and the term pitcher's duel doesn't even do justice to what we've had here so far. As you can see on the graphic, 2 dominating performances and 2 shutouts to this point from our 2 starters. Trey Turner will come on as a pinch hitter to try and make an impact with 1 away.
Number 7, Trey Turner.
Set to deliver pitch number 120.
1-0.
He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. The 1-0 home.
Hey, that's just a nice get-me-over curveball there to steal a strike. I don't think he was looking for that one.
2-1 the count to Trey Turner.
Hey, after those 2 breaking balls missed, you have to be sitting on a fastball right here.
There's one at 97, and all he can do is foul that one away. Stays alive, still 2-2. Into the windup and the pitch. High in the air down the right field line. And the pinch hitter will not be able to advance the cause, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, second baseman, Juan Harrison.
So the Nats lineup turns over, and to the plate, Josh Harrison. His dominance continues on the mound, but it seems like he might be running on adrenaline only at this point.
Yeah, he's been so great in this one. You want to see him finish what he started, but you also have to start worrying about things like injuries. He's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, and some guys are just more capable of that than others. But not a lot of good things tend to happen when you've worked as hard as he has in this one.
Into his windup, the 1-0. McGuire is over to take a look at it. From the windup, the 1-1.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count.
Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Count remains 2-2. Two and two, the pitch. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Lee gets there for the catch, and that ends the inning. Nationals gone in order. Still no score. Daniel Hudson is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 44, Daniel.
Gary Carter is into the ballgame here as he takes over behind the plate.
Now catching, number 8, Gary Carter.
Stan Musial is up off the bench as he will pinch hit here in the bottom of the 8th in a tie ball game. Now here's the first offering, and it's fouled away. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. Now the 1-1 pitch is strike 2 swinging.
1 ball.
Hey, I can't have one of my best left-handed power bats fishing for balls off the plate.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Fouled off.
I love the fact that the hitter was able to foul that pitch away. I always thought with 2 strikes, you give the pitcher that inside part of the plate and you do your best to cover away.
And look out as this one catches him, and a big mistake there as now the go-ahead run is aboard to lead off the inning.
Well, he might be feeling a little bit of a sting there, but he can take comfort in knowing that he represents the go-ahead run. That could turn out to be a huge hit by pitch.
Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. Next, here is Ozzie Smith. He struggled at the top of the lineup in this one, hitless to this point. Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. Runner back safely. Perhaps wisely, another look to first. And a dive, but he's back in. First delivery to him. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
With that base running threat on first base, man, does that change the pitcher's whole mentality. This guy at the plate should assume nothing but heaters coming right at him.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Use the slide step there, Danny.
Yeah, he's clearly thinking about the steal right here. Didn't happen, but the cat-mouse game continues on.
Outside, 2-1. From the stretch. High in the air into shallow left center. Left fielder coming in. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
The left fielder, number 20, Lou Brock.
Stepping in next, Lou Brock. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. From the stretch.
Ball.
Hey, this is a left-handed hitter that can fly down the line. If they want to turn 2, they're going to have to be almost perfect.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Before the delivery, a check on that go-ahead run at first. He's running. Pitch inside the throw. He's in there easily as the throw bounces on the way down.
That's pretty savvy base running, right? A lot of pitchers don't throw over twice in a row, so I think he was going on first movement, and it worked out nicely.
That's lifted the other way out to left. Soto is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out. The throw is wild and he gets away.
The right fielder, number 8, Michael.
Next to hit is Michael Lee. A couple of walks for him thus far. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike.
Hey, that's a huge set-the-tone pitch right there. To a great hitter, you do not want to fall behind 1-0 and have him sitting all over a fastball or guessing what you throw next. You get ahead 0-1, now the count's in your favor, and you and your catcher can start doing some things.
And low, it's a ball and a strike. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down. Swing and a ball hit out toward right center. And Vladdy will make the catch, and the inning is over. 1 left for the Cardinals. We are still scoreless. Miles Michaelis will be on the mound to start the 9th inning, and his job will be keeping the ball game tied until the bottom half.
Michaelis.
All set to start the 9th in this one, and in steps Carter Kieboom to give it a try.
Carter Kieboom.
First offering on its way. Right side. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit.
The batter, the right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero.
Into the box now, Vladimir Guerrero. as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. Go ahead run at first, nobody out. The 0-1 hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. O'Neill waits on it, makes the play, one away.
The left fielder, number 22, Juan Soto.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Juan Soto. As one away, the runner at first represents the potential go-ahead score. Double play is in order, however, as he rips it on the ground to second. There's one. Back to first, a double play, and we stay tied heading to the bottom of the ninth. Like clockwork, a 4-6-3 double play to end the threat. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. All set for the bottom of the ninth. And next it'll be the fleet-footed first baseman, Mark McGuire. Now here's the pitch. Fastball runs a bit inside here. It's 1-0. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Fastball well outside. Two and one after the foul ball there. And now a pitch on the way. Now a curveball here, nowhere close. That's in the dirt. It's 3-1.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, Matt, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in the scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff walk.
The 3-1 pitch. And that misses here, ball 4. And of all things, it's a leadoff walk that puts the winning run on base to start the bottom half.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
Next to dig in, Yadier Molina. A winning run is at first base. Here's the first pitch. In the dirt here, and a nice job keeping it close. It's ball 1. Possible winning run aboard here, nobody out. And he'll try and get that winning run into scoring position as he puts this one down. The second for one, on to first, but not in time as he beats it out.
The center fielder, number 27, Tyler.
Now time is called, and a very wise decision here with the potential winning run at first. They'll opt to put a little extra speed on the base path.
Number 47.
So now here is Tyler O'Neill. He can make these fans go nuts and secure the win if he can place a ball deep enough into the gap. Here's the first pitch. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Adios, pelota. So a two-run shot to left center. None bigger than that one as this ball game is over.
Well, they say better late than never, and that's obviously something that he takes to heart as he puts a charge in one for a walk-off homer. Got to be the best feeling in all of baseball.
2-0 finish today. The St. Louis Cardinals came through when it mattered in the 9th on the way to the win. Miles Michaelis claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious St. Louis Cardinals, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. They left 7 men on base. For the Nationals, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. The winning pitcher is Miles Michaelis. His record is now 1-0. The loss goes to Daniel Hudson. He falls to 0-1. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 23 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.